The US House of Representatives just passed the Antisemitism Awareness Act, and I wanted to share my thoughts about this with you briefly. To share my thoughts, I need to elaborate further on some of the definitions involved. When you talk about anti-Semitism, number one, it's a term that's been established for just over 100 years. It gained momentum and popularity with the rise of Zionism. And the main purpose of the term anti-Semitism was to link simultaneously with the demands of Zionism, Judaism to an ethnicity and a land. Zionism's plan was to ethnicize Judaism. They succeeded to an extent. Anti-Semitism is a made-up term to describe something which is definitely negative and bad and ugly, which is anti-Jewish, or hatred or discrimination towards Jews, something that everyone should not accept really, such as discrimination against anyone based on their religion or ethnicity. However, the term anti-Semitism is malicious in intent. That's number one. Secondly, it's there to silence people from criticizing a genocidal state, committing genocide against the Palestinian people. It's coming following mass protests in US campuses against this genocidal satanic death cult called Israel. It's adopting the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. The IHRA is a blatantly Zionist organization. Its interpretation of anti-Semitism highlights how Zionist it is. How? It mentions Israel 7 times out of 14 times in this definition of anti-Semitism. It's linking the criticism of Israel to anti-Semitism. This proves that the term anti-Semitism is a bunch of nonsense on its own, and the IHRA is a Zionist organization there to protect a genocidal, supremacist, satanic state called Israel. Why should anyone link the criticism of a state and its actions to hatred of religion or having a problem with religion? What if I criticize Saudi Arabia tomorrow, I'm against Islam? What if I criticize a Christian majority country tomorrow, all of a sudden I'm against Christianity? What is this nonsense? What is this absurdity? This is yet another attack from the genocide cartel, by the way. This is what we realize now, that we're talking about a genocide cartel. A group of people in power. Another attempt by them to silence people. Draconian powers. 1984 Orwellian state-style laws to silence people, to stop criticism, to implement authoritarianism. And the same people who put in and passed these laws, they have the audacity to criticize other countries. You have the audacity to criticize China and Russia and Iran and other countries. It just highlights the hypocrisy. But it highlights another thing as well. The vast majority that supported this bill to pass shows how many people are ignorant in supporting such representatives. How can anyone accept representatives that pass laws just like this to serve a genocidal state? They're trying to stop these protests. There's no way to stop them. You can pass 1 million bills. The only way you stop them is by force. And if you stop them by force, then you're just showing the world exactly who you are. An authoritarian state that supports genocide. Not the anti-Semitism facade bill, not any other bill that is there to protect this genocide going on will stop anyone from criticizing them up until they stop their crimes against humanity that are blatant and obvious to any person with eyes, ears, and a functioning moral compass.